In this review we're pairing Sony's legendary PS-F9 Flamingo turntable with the new Shanling S0 active speakers to find out if it really takes 40 years to build a killer desktop setup that bridges analog enjoyment with our modern digital life. And that's not even the end of it. We're also going to compare the S0 with a Triangle ELARA. Side by side, the Shanling and Flamingo look like they're made for each other. And that's no coincidence. I first spotted the S0 advertised next to a very Flamingo-inspired CD player and thought, what if I pair them with a real thing? This curiosity cost me $450 shipped to the UK, paid out of my own pocket. To be clear, this isn't a sponsored video. Shanling have no idea I'm making it, nor do Sony, though I really hope they both follow technostalgism. At best, I'd have a stylish vinyl shelf setup, at worst, a new set of speakers I needed anyways for my home office desk. Reviewing these 2024 Shanling S0 speakers is also a chance to spend more time with the only portable, battery-powered, linear tracking turntable ever made. Before we find out if these modern speakers live up to my retro dream, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Technostalgism. It's a free way to help the channel grow so you can enjoy more videos on amazing tech from the past and odd pairings like this one. So, why do I keep obsessing about this Sony turntable? Well, if Sony ever released, say, a Recordman, this would have been it. Released in 1983, the PS-F9 is as close to vinyl Walkman as physically possible. It's a direct drive linear tracking turntable the size of a sneaker. With quartz-controlled speed for perfect playback, it runs on batteries and plays records upright, hence the nickname Flamingo. The PS-F9 embodies Sony's technical prowess in the 1980s, miniaturizing the heck out of everything, while aiming for the best possible quality. To this day, it's one of the most impressive pieces of audio gear ever made. It sounds fabulous for a turntable without a proper platter, and I'll make a video dedicated to it and its little brother, the PS-F5, so make sure you're subscribed. This iconic design is almost certainly what inspired Shanling's CD player, which I haven't got by the way. The S0 are close in size to the Flamingo and look right at home next to each other. The only downside is that they're mains powered only, while the Flamingo can be powered off 4 AAs. Available in black or white, I went for the Flamingo matching white. The finish is premium with satin die-cast aluminium housings neatly packaged with accessories. I'll get to those in a moment and my gripes with the remote. The S0 are active speakers, so no extra amp is needed. Inputs include Bluetooth, USB and optical, and a single analog in. They feel solid without being heavy. 2.5 kilos for the main speaker and 2.2 for the other. The over-designed grills hide a 20mm silk dome tweeter and a 90mm paper cone woofer powered by a Texas Instruments Class D amp. It's rated at 60 watts total, which in reality means you'll be getting about 25 per channel. Still, more than enough for speakers of this size. Inside, a digital processor does the heavy lifting, supporting 96 kHz 24-bit audio via USB. Bluetooth supports SBC, AAC and LDAC. Accessories include the link cable, a USB and 3.5mm analog cable, the infrared remote, and the wrong plug for the UK. A hex wrench is provided to adjust the speaker's tilt, which is a nice touch. Audio cables are seemingly hi-fi grade with the gold-silver plated interconnects. They connect to the back of the main speaker where the part is at. The aux input doubles as an optical input and there's an extra USB-C port for servicing. The audio USB connector will only work with USB 2 type cables using a USB-C plug, as I found out trying to replace the supplied short cable with a longer one. The sound can be tuned slightly via these switches for bass and treble. It's not a major change in sound, but a welcome option to tinker with. The dual bass ports help with sub-bass, and I found them sounding best closer to a wall at about 30 to 40 centimeters. Really appreciated is the option to select which is the left and which one's the right speaker. Add to that the built-in power supply and the reduced amount of cables, beam audio via Bluetooth, and be done. So what do they actually sound like? When I ordered them, I had no clue. Shanling's tuned by experts high-fidelity sound marketing speak frankly reads like something ChatGPT put together using audiophile trigger words. But then my first listen surprised me. I was hit with a clear, sharp, well-staged sound that wasn't too bright or analytical, although I felt they're trying too hard to be treble overachievers. I'm no speaker review expert, so I leave the adjectives in the dictionary, but the die-cast aluminum body and sound reminds me of Genelec monitors. But there's no comparing these speakers to speakers many times the price. It's just leaning towards the studio monitor sound that's not overly analytical but precise and enjoyable. The bass could dig deeper. I sometimes wished for a bit more warmth and longer decays, but that's down to how they're built and tuned. The upside is that vocals stand out clearly, which is brilliant for movie watching and podcasts. I'd replace any soundbar with them in a second. When you set them up close and sit in that near-field sweet spot, they disappear and the soundstage opens up. Everything is there in space, it's just a miniature space and you have to shrink down like Alice to experience the wonderland. Given the form factor, the Shanling S0 are easy to move around and their sound character pairs well with warm vintage sources. I haven't tried LDAC over Bluetooth. I would rather connect gear via cables anyway, but I can confirm that Bluetooth works and the connection is stable. You can use the remote to control Bluetooth playback and that's great. Now, about that remote, the buttons need a firm press and the volume is odd. Short clicks barely move levels, while a long press suddenly increases volume by a lot. There's no dedicated power button either. You have to long press the amp button to wake the speakers and then they go to sleep rather quickly. To make matters worse, there's no volume knob on the speakers themselves. Only a source switch on the back, so like it or not, you're stuck with a remote. The source button also doubles as a wake from sleep button when long pressed. The other quirk worth noting is self-noise. A faint hiss can be heard up close in a quiet room. That's regardless of volume or if they're connected to anything. Far more expensive gear can do the same, but Shanling didn't mention it in their specs as other manufacturers do. I don't know if there's a standard to measure this, so if you do know, let me know in the comments. Compared to the similarly priced Triangle ELARA, the two couldn't feel more different. The ELARA lean towards warm and smooth with deeper, more rounded bass that gives them an easygoing, almost laid-back character. Vocals are pleasant but slightly recessed, and they do not quite cut through the mix the way they do on the Shanlings. By contrast, the S0 are more forward with clearer mids and treble that push voices and detail right to the front. The ELARAs do have practical advantages as well. They include a moving magnet phono stage, so you can plug in a regular turntable without a separate preamp, and the volume knob on the main speaker is a really welcome touch for everyday use. The Shanlings lack both of these conveniences, but they strike back with their clean contemporary look and a tuning that to my ears pairs especially well with vintage sources. The lack of a built-in phono preamp is not an issue with the Flamingo as it outputs a regular line level signal and features 2 headphone jacks as well. 9 months in, I can say that having dedicated speakers for the Flamingo has made me use it more. They look fantastic together, and the S0 double as handy desktop speakers when I'm not spinning records. So is this a match made in retro heaven? For me, yes. Pairing the Flamingo with the Shanlings feels like plugging the past straight into the present. They aren't perfect, but they have style, clarity, and just enough character to make this setup something I keep coming back to. And for me, that's what retro heaven looks like. If the S0 are a sign of our Shanling want to take the speaker game, I'm excited. With some polish, they could make something really special. Let me know what you think about pairing the old with the new. Thanks for tagging along until the end, I think you're awesome. And since you've made it this far, here's a little bonus. These are the Sony APM90 active speakers, the ones originally promoted alongside the Flamingo. They're battery powered too, so yes, you could take them to the beach and ruin your records. There's a fascinating story behind Sony's APM technology, but that's for another time. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It's a free way to support the channel. For those who'd like to go further, Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, and the Technostalgism store with the original no AI retro-inspired designs are all linked below. Thanks for tagging along Nostalgia Lane.